We are back with another episode. I got my man Bobby Simmons on. We're about to get into another great conversation. There's so much happening right now that we could talk about with game one. We're gonna get into that conversation, but Bobby, we gotta chop it up about something else, man. It's something that just kind of popped up. Amon Shumpert, he just jumped on and had a conversation out there with New Jersey, talking about New Jersey versus Illinois. Hey, I got to ask your opinion on that, because when I put it up in my Instagram, my DM started going crazy, man. Let's talk about it, man.
One thing I would say, Shump is a guy that's very vocal when it comes about things that he knows. So when I saw him drop the bag, I say, yeah, I thought he was just about to go down the laundry list of names of guys that he personally knows from Chicago and Illinois itself. But me personally, I think that we'll beat that ass. Jersey know it. Cat know it. It's just what it is. I wish we had Antoine Walker today, because some did name Twan. So I wish we did have him today.
Exactly. No, you're right on there. Like, even when I'm looking at it, and I look at this list, when I look at Jersey, if I just go off the starters that they threw out there, they said Kyrie Irving, Jalen Brunson, J.R. Smith, Karl Anthony Towns, and Shaq. That was that list. Now, of course, Shump, his list was a little different. He threw out Derrick Rose, D. Wade, Juwan Howard, Kevin Garnett, and Twan. What you think about the start? Because there's some names out there that we was just talking about that he left off. You think the starting lineouts would have been matched up right?
I wouldn't give a fuck. They did more than 1-5. Cause this ain't gonna last like that. So at the end of the day, my thing is that it's a lot of guys like Finn, Tim. Even if you go back to Zeke, Mark Aguirre, like Terry Cummins, there's so many people that we could possibly name.
Yep.
When we go state from state. So
yep.
It's like, shit, even me. I know I fucked them niggas up on that list. So
I did it.
when it comes to that, hey man, they know. They know what it is. And I'm surprised at Cat, man. Like, for him to be on Shay Shay and do that, man, you know people gonna be on his ass, because everybody critiques his game. But we love him. But everybody critiques his game about things that he don't do.
That's real.
So, hey, it is what it is. Everybody has their opinion.
Yeah.
But like you said, but we know from Illinois, Chicago area, man, we got it.
It's
now,
real.
If there's a conversation with LA or somewhere else, that we might have a long, drawn-out conversation about matchups and things of that nature. But Jersey, come on, man.
They had some big, and it was funny because they even threw out, it was like, Jalen Brunson. I said, Jalen Brunson?
Listen, when Jalen was a baby, man, his dad, we played together with the Clippers.
Yeah.
Okay, we know they're from Philly. But unfortunately, Jersey area. But then again, his whole career was in Chicago.
Him playing up there. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that every level from high school, other than college, he went back East Coast. But it was rare here. Like, the competition here has built him to be the player he is, plus his work ethic and being a student of the game.
Yeah. No, that's real. Jalen, he got it. Putting him on a Jersey list or an Illinois list, either one, we done seen him at every level.
Upper grab. That's cool.
Exactly. So I looked at that. It's a couple of names that I saw on that list that I'm like, they didn't even have Q Rich on there. They had Darius Miles on there. They had Eddie Curry on there. I think that if you put up matched up,
I didn't even say Tony Allen.
Exactly.
We'll find them.
Exactly.
It could be a whole laundry list of guys.
Shannon Brown, D. Brown, like, come on now.
You got Melvin Eli.
Come on.
There's a lot of names you just think of. You be like, man, are you serious?
Yeah. Now, something that you even said a second ago, right? You look at when you look at matchups statewide, I miss them days of the New York versus Illinois or New York versus Chicago. Those used to be real battles because they were guard heavy and we were just athlete heavy, right, at the time. But these days,
we were more guys that was actually multitasking because we got big guards that can guard the post, play the post, and shoot the ball. Yep. So when you say New York or Jersey, whatever it is, those guys ain't built like that. We can say one guy saying like that was Al Harrington. That had the game of a guy like from Chicago. That's able to shoot that motherfucker and play the post.
Yep.
And create his own shot off the dribble. So it ain't a whole lot of them.
True.
That was able to do that like that. So that's why I wish Swan was on this call, because this would have been a hell of a conversation.
we gonna pull. We gotta wake him up, but it's all good. We gonna get him on there. We gonna. I gotta get his opinion as well because he understands. The one matchup that I would love to see that you actually called out there was just California, Illinois. Let's see what that looks like because the matchups there, you got Cali, they got some athletes, they got some players. I think it'd be an interesting conversation to have these days.
Oh, most definitely. But my thing is, I like the way the guys in LA play. Yeah. Or even the state of California.
Yeah.
One, they play hard. They're very intensified when it comes to winning. And I've had them as teammates.
Oh, good. Then we just dropped off on Bobby real quick. It's something that we was just having that conversation, just with so much going on in the conversation that we had. But here you go. He popped back in, so we're going to make sure he can get back in here. There you go. Yeah, you back. We got you back.
But no. What I left off is, like, I've had those guys as teammates, and I've been in the trenches with them. So I know what they built like.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely different, which I love. I mean, it's funny. I put that up there. I asked that question not only just with Jersey. Man, my DMs lit up so hot. I mean, people from Jersey, they was hitting me. I was like, hold on, homie, what we talking about? Let's stop it right there. I'm like, listen, I get it. Your ego's big. But when you put up talent for talent, that's one thing. I'm gonna definitely have to do this California versus Illinois and see what people are gonna be talking about because that's one of them conversations as well. Like you said, I love the way that they play. They got big guards. They got guys that the guards can post. I don't think that they are as physical as guys back here, but they can get it up. They can get shots up and they can run.
Exactly. And that's what I like about it, though, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Man, something else I got to definitely ask you about was kind of going back about it. Man, NCAA just approved the pay-to-play, salary cap. Well, I can't even call it salary cap, but each school can pay up to $25 million a year. What you think about that?
Honestly, bro, being one of the forefathers of this game and being an NCAA athlete, it makes me happy because, one, it's a just due.
Yep.
And when it comes to when we were in college, Bannon Brothers was fighting for this a long time ago, bro.
Yep.
So whatever people call it, reparations or whatever it is, at the end of the day, it's just due. Because now you understand the NCAA makes billions of dollars off our talents. And we don't get no profit share of any of it.
Yep.
So I'm proud for the guys that's gonna get the opportunity because I'm happy my son is coming up now and he's gonna get a piece of that.
He said he's gonna get a piece of that.
He's gonna get a piece of that. So it's like, hey, I can stand with my head high just because, you know what I mean? Like, it's old and you will love to see change.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Progress is that's what we do it for. We want to make progress and we want to be game changers. And I was like, damn, I just wish I would have played like 4 more years. I probably would have got me a little check.
Just a little bit. The legal
no, actually, what is it, 2016? It started from 2016 on back?
Yeah. You got some eligibility?
Oh, shit. I would have tried to go in with one of them birth certificates.
you know somebody already in the back trying to figure it out now.
Hey, they gonna keep they gonna medical red shirt until they get their time.
Exactly. No,
man.
I agree with you. It's something you said. People don't talk about the O'Bannons. You know what I mean? Like they were the ones that really kicked this thing off, and they had to keep fighting and fighting, and then it kind of kept going. But the beauty of it, what I see is that it's going to allow for so many other opportunities even beyond. When you look at post-career opportunities or post-playing career opportunities in their second half, right, you get to look at, okay, you got players' unions. There then stems the questions of does the player or athlete currently, do they end up having a agent during this time? Is there a collegiate agency system that allows for that to now have people have conversation on your behalf? NIL deals, all those different things, right? I think that those are conversations that you start to see happening and coming to life.
Well, I think more so not necessarily an agent, because when you sign with an agent, you become a professional. So,
hold on. Before you even go further with that, when you sign an agent, you're a professional, but at the end of the day, we're not talking about amateurism no more, are we?
It still has to be amateurized.
All right.
But therefore, you
like
have
it's a gray area.
You get it is a gray area, but therefore it's a fine line between professional and amateurism. But I think more so they have marketing managers.
Okay.
If that's the title that you would probably choose to use, and that space is able to assist and help families make decisions.
Yeah.
Because now the thing is, you're going to need some form of representation if you don't have the capacity of the financial literacy piece, or understanding what position you're going to be in and how much money and how it works and things of that nature. Is going to be a key component when it comes to millions of dollars being transferred from hand. Somebody got to pay taxes on it.
Somebody got to pay taxes.
And not only that, you don't want to be in position to where you just think you have $25 million when it's not really $25 million.
Right.
And therefore, they just leaving you out to dry to let you figure it out on your own. That's not the smartest thing to do. So that's what I'm saying. Like, at some point, if it's an attorney, it has to be somebody that would be willing to work within that space to make sure that they guide the families in the right way.
No, that's spot on. Something that even has me thinking about it. Several years ago, I remember Northwestern, their athletes ended up starting their own players union. You know?
I think, honestly, that with that happening and that change, the NCAA, or not only that, the players itself, not just one university, but collectively, should have a players union.
Yeah.
And I think that the game will most definitely be pushed further when guys make it to the next level, because now they'll be involved in the union because they know what it really stands for, and the rights that they have as players.
Yep. No, I think that's what we're gonna start to see happening more and more. I felt like Northwestern, when they did it, I thought it was amazing that they started it. I just felt like it was a little too soon. Because they didn't quite get it over the hump of actual pay to play. But now that we're here, that union is going to be, hey, here's what the split's going to be for every sport activity across the board. Football, you're going to get this 20%, basketball, men's and women, y'all going to get this 20, golf, volleyball, tennis, you're going to get this 15. Like, you got to split it up and break it up. But then now comes a conversation. So does a coach get the opportunity to tell me, hey, you late for practice, or you didn't show up to your classes on time? Do I get fined now?
I don't know.
I got questions now. You know what I mean?
First of all, hey, my business with the university ain't got nothing to do with you doing your job.
Man, listen.
But you never know how some coaches have the influence, so
exactly.
They were trying to penalize you. If not, they're going to run the shit out you. It's one or the other.
It's one of the, you're going to get it one way or the other.
It's one way or another.
Or get it in your pockets. Man, you ain't never lied. Nah, man.
It's one way or another.
There's one way they're going to get it. Coming or going. All right, man, let's go ahead and jump into the finals, man. Like, we had a great conversation about it for game one. We on game two tonight. What you think about game one, man?
I will say this. This has been the most watched and probably the most exciting finals in a long time.
Yeah.
I had OKC pulling it out, and I'm upset that they was up 50. But I would say, for the most part, a hell of a game. And I love the tenacity that Indiana comes with every night. And they ain't going to give up to the zeros on the clock. And not only that, the thing is this, but OKC can't get comfortable.
At all.
You can't get comfortable. You're up 15, everybody on cruise, shit. Indiana come back, 3, okay, layup, foul, air ball, miss a block out.
Yep.
Easy basket. Yeah, they gonna scrap it. They gonna scrap, and I can greatly appreciate that as a former player, and now that being a guy who's played in the playoffs and had to scratch and figure it out. So that just remind me of the time when we're in Memphis. I was talking to TA and Zebo about that. They act like they forgot, but unfortunately, we were down 30 at half in Memphis.
Okay.
And we get in the locker room, birds chirping. And so Coach put up, he's like, look, man, since y'all don't want to play, this is who we're going to start. Me, Eric Bledsoe, Nick Young, Kenyon Martin, and Reggie Evans. And so he's like, hey, y'all going to start the second half. We come back, win that shit by between 8 and 12 points. Down 30 second half.
They ran with the OG squad, because I can't really call y'all the second squad, because that you can put that on any NBA floor.
My point exactly. So when I just witnessed, it's like, you know what I mean, it's not over till it's over.
Yeah.
You gotta fight to the end. I won't give a fuck how much time on the clock. If we got a chance, you never know. How many Hail Marys we have seen in the NCAA and the NBA, somebody win the game.
Yep. Nope, you spot on.
And so just because you get to one series easy, and they match up pretty much similar when you look at Indiana and OKC. So it's like, hey, you gotta tie your boots up, man. You gotta get ready to roll.
That's real. That's real. And that's something that, like you said, when you are playing against these teams, Indiana, they're going to fight and claw to the end. And that's something you saw them hard. He stepped up big. I saw when he had SGA at the top of the key on the island and he got the left, right, in, out, tween, step back three.
And
he got that thing in rhythm. I said, oh. I know what that feeling like when you just, hey, it's up. I got to put this shot up. And sure enough, he did. He's like, listen, I'm going to get another shot. He came back, and they just hustled. And I'm like, I'm looking at the one piece that I saw, though. This is the part that I felt like OKC didn't adjust right. And this was the last 22 seconds on the clock. They get the ball back. OKC gets the ball back. So they taking the ball out. But as I'm looking at who's out there on the court, I don't see Chet Holmgren. To me, they went small. You had everybody. You had Dort. You had SGA. You had your smaller lineup out there, and you knew that the ball was going to SGA. You had 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Then all of a sudden he get the shot. Of course, he left it short, and y'all up one.
And the small guy, first thing Siakam gonna do is run to the rim.
Exactly.
When the ball go up.
Exactly.
So now, just so happened it's an air ball. That shit falls dead in his hand. Guard was, if he fouled, it would have been and one. It'd have been down 2.
Yep.
Instead of 1.
Exactly.
Because he caught it right under the rim.
Yep. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, you look at that in play, they get the ball, cool. They found it's 8 seconds left on the clock. They swung the ball right to Halliburton. He said, listen, I know y'all don't see me getting to my spot like SGA like that. I'm going to shoot the 3 or I'm going to get to the basket. That man went right to the elbow, stayed on the right hand the whole time as he stepped and pulled up. I said, oh,
hey,
shit. All right.
We watched the game. It was dead silent.
Oh.
Everybody at the tip of their sheet, they watching the ball. I said, that shit look good.
That should look real
Flash.
Yep.
Man, the place went in uproar, man. I said, oh, my God.
Yep.
I said, I can't wait to get on the second.
They not only let them get the first. They not only let them get the first game. You know what I'm saying? They let them get the first game in OKC, which is crazy. But hey, we're gonna see what happened next, though.
Now they just got to tighten their shit up.
Yeah. What
At the end of
adjustments
the
you think
day,
they got to make for this game?
every possession matters. So the thing is this, the adjustment is play to the zeros on the clock, if you ask me, because they had the fucking game.
Man, listen.
You can't get comfortable when you're up. It's the playoffs.
Yep.
Shit, everybody been busting their ass all summer to be in this position.
Yep.
They done played their ass off this whole entire season for the opportunity. So every game counts. And when you look at it from that standpoint, you gotta say, hey, listen, I'd rather be me than them.
Yeah, that's real.
Dive on the floor, break a finger, whatever. Like, we done seen it all. Motherfuckers come back in the game because you might not ever be in this position again in your career.
That's real.
There's no guarantees with that. So, shit, you gotta give it your all.
Play till that buzzer go off. That's real.
Till it's zeros, then you can breathe.
Yep.
All right, well, we're gonna rest and we're gonna get back at this in 2 days.
Exactly. Get some rest in 2 days.
Man,
so that's where we at now, man. We at these 2 days. Who you got? Who you think gonna win this game too? It's back in OKC again, right?
I'm strong with OKC at home today.
Okay.
I think they gave the first one away, but I think they're gonna be mentally prepared today.
I got you.
Because now, if you go back and look at film, I was a film guy. So if you go back and look at film, you see all the errors you made. Regardless of not capitalizing on all the fucking turnovers that Indiana had, and not taking advantage of it, taking quick shots, not taking your time running the offense, because every team is not the same. Indiana will run with you and will outscore you. So now that's what I take from it, is that, hey, watch the film. You got to break that shit down by every quarter and see what mistakes we could have changed that we did, from quick shots or mental errors, turning over, or taking quick shots. You got to play the game. But like you said, take what they give you. But overall, they came down, pulled up some quick threes, ended up in transition to long shot, long rebound. So, like, yeah, run the time. You got to run the clock, play the game.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely think that you got to finish the game out. That's step one, right? You got to, if I'm OKC, hey, we ain't playing till I see 000 on that clock and ain't nobody taking the ball out. The ball is in our hands. I think that they did a great job of controlling the game, but they only controlled the game up until the last 3 minutes of the game. And that's when, you know what I mean? And that's when they took the accelerator off. So I think that's one, as you said. And I think the other piece, I think for OKC, I think Shaq got to get some shots. He got to get more shots up. SJ put up 38. Somebody else
had like, what, 5-6 points?
Yeah, exactly. Like, he got to be more aggressive. He got to get to the basket. Like, I think that's going to be a game changer. He got to find a way to keep himself on the floor, because not only is he going to be able to affect the game on the offensive side, he's a long body that can deflect and change shots at the rim and rebound. It's a one and done on the other end.
And he can push that motherfucker.
Man, he can get off the rim and go. You clear out to the other side. Let me run this side over here. Dort, you come off the pin down.
Fill a lane. I'm going to give it to you on the run.
Exactly. Let's get it that way. Let's get it that way, you know. But that's the difference. And then on the other side, on Indy, the beauty is they know how to play through the entire game. So they already got that checked off. They're going to play from the first 15 to the 000. But where I think, and I honestly, I love Halliburton. I think his game is exactly what he is. He ain't nowhere near underrated, none of that stuff. But I think them other guards, Nembhard, man, swing that ball to him. Let him dance over there on the other side of the floor. Get more shots up.
But what I say, though, Jay, is that you'll be surprised, man. And from watching them the last two series, is that they really don't care who scored the ball.
That is true.
So it's like, hey, I trust you enough, and now that's accountability, and that shit starts in the locker room. When it comes to guys being around each other all fucking year and trust one another. They ain't like a nigga like, oh, I need the ball. No, they don't care. They gonna space the floor, and they gonna let you work. And now I think that's coaching. So coaches got to trust you to do that, and give you and build the confidence of as long as your teammates is with it. Coach, let them go. Somebody got to say something. So now that they ain't no big eyes gonna use up there. From what I see, I'm almost gonna call Gennaro Pago.
Right.
Saying, JP, man, what the fuck going on over there, man? You got these guys dancing at the top of the key who normally don't be shooting the ball. Okay. I get it.
If that's the game plan, then hey, roll with it. But hey, I got questions. But that's it. Yeah, I think Siakam, we're going to watch him. I think Siakam going to come out this game. I think he's going to continue to play defense on SGA. I think he got in early foul trouble, so that just kind of hindered he had to manage the game appropriately to make sure that he stayed on the court. But I feel like we're going to see a different side of him. We got to see a different side of him.
And that's the X factor. Guys stand out of foul trouble, stand on the floor. They can stay in the game and play their game. Shit, I can't wait till this game come on. I wish it was 6 o'clock right now.
Man, listen, yeah, we on the way. We on the way for sure. Well, look, we on the way. So you staying with your? Because I think first game you said you got you said you had OKC first game.
I got them game 2.
You got them game 2.
I give them another shot.
All right, and then you rolling with them to win the whole thing, right?
I am.
All right, okay, all right. I agree with you. I think I chose OKC first game. I'm rolling with OKC. This second game, I'm still rolling with them to win the whole thing.
But
shout out to Matthew, my son. He think that they gonna win. He think Indiana gonna win the whole thing. So we battling it out right now.
That's what's up. So now that I wanted to hear Antoine as well on his predictions for what he said. I just want to hear him go crazy. He gets excited. I like it. I like talking fast with Antoine, man.
we gonna get him back. We gonna make it work game 3 and get it right back. We might have to call in somebody else who been in the inbox and on the text message saying, hey, I might have to pull up. I love this core right here. You're like, I need to be joining the team. I said, hey man, say less. We're gonna make it work. So we might have another guest. We're gonna jump on with us this next one.
I love it. For the simple fact is that hey, we got basketball connoisseurs who know what they want to do.
Yes, sir.
Hey, and know what they're talking about, and I'm all for it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. You already know. Well, look, bro, I appreciate you jumping on another episode, the second half live, game 2. We'll see what happens. We're going to be right back again for game 3. Be sure to hit that like, follow, and subscribe. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We'll put it all in down below. We out. Make sure you grab some merch. Peace.
Peace.
And break.